Alright, well, just had supper. The mosquitoes are showing me absolutely no mercy out here. They're just awful. Um, my hat looks pretty cool like that. Alright. Yeah, looking good. Anyway, well, my hat is anyway. What's underneath it, maybe not so much, but my hat's looking real cool. Anyway, I'm going to tell you another story. Again, it's another story about one of our teachers in school, one of the nuns that taught us in the separate school, or Catholic school it's called now, Sister Bernice. In 1974, when I was in grade 1, or maybe grade 2, can't remember, grade 1 or 2 anyway, we made a big trip on a bus, got on a school bus and made a big trip up north of our town to Renfrew County. And Renfrew County, there was a place. It was near the town of Renfrew, and it was a theme park called Storyland. And you'd walk through paths in the woods, and there were all these little buildings and displays and things all set up to illustrate different fairy tales. And you could look through the windows of the little houses and see the characters in there and stuff. And they had a really, really nice playground, for the times at least. It was an amazing playground. A picnic area and a snack bar and a souvenir shop and all that. Anyway, we went up there, and Sister Bernice came with us as a chaperone, as one of our chaperones, one of our teachers. We really didn't get parents going with us in those days on those things. It was pretty well always teachers that came. Anyway, I don't know why, but Sister Bernice brought this huge friggin' harp with her. I don't know why, but she always did that. Anywhere she went, she was our music teacher, and anywhere she went, she always seemed to bring some huge friggin' musical instrument in one of those old black pasteboard cases, like the old black pasteboard suitcases we used to have. Well, they had those for musical instruments too, and anyway, she always had one of those, some big musical instrument anyway in there. And she'd bring that with her, and like I say, I have no clue why. But it was a big harp. I think it was called a Jew harp or something. That's what we used to call it anyway. Why we called it that, I don't know. Maybe there was a touch of racism there. If there was, I'm not aware of it. But looking back on it, there may have been. Or maybe it had something to do with, maybe it was something invented by a Jewish person, or something the Jewish people kind of used more so than other people. I really don't know. Anyway, it was called a Jew harp. And she'd bring that thing everywhere with her. Well, I had overheard her complaining to one of the other teachers that they had a real nice souvenir shop there, but she didn't have any money, so she was unable to buy anything to remember the trip by. Anyway, when we got on the bus, what did she do? She opens up the back emergency door, and she shoves the big Jew harp in the case, in the pasteboard case, into the back of the bus, slams the door on a huge tree limb. Now, the tree limb got bigger as it went back. The part that was stuck in the door was just big enough that it allowed the door to close if you really give it a good slam, which she did. So anyway, we're on our way out there. The bus driver starts up the bus, puts it in gear. He starts moving forward, and what does he do? He takes about half the tree. Takes about half the tree down. So now he's got to stop and get out of the bus and open the door, and he's got to, pull all this crap out of there and stuff, left a big pile of tree there on the edge of the parking lot, and away we went. Anyway, Sister Bernice was not a very happy person. I think that she was only a nun, really, because her family had insisted that she be. And she did not like her life at all, and she was not a happy person. She very seldom smiled. She was really kind of a sour person, Anyway, I turned around, and I took a chance by doing this, because I could easily have gotten beat, really, for talking to a teacher this way. But I turned around, and I said, well, at least you got to take some part of the park with you, sister. At least you got some sort of a souvenir, and she started laughing. That was one of the few times I ever saw that lady laugh and smile, you know. And the big grin come across her face, and she started laughing, and she just says, yes, yes, young Tommy, she said, I suppose you're right. You know. Anyway, it was just the kind of a moment that I remember from when I was a kid, where I kind of made this person who was not a happy camper at all. I made her smile and laugh anyway, and I'm kind of glad I got to do that. Anyway, the video size limit is reached, so I guess that's the end of that. Luckily, I told the story before it shut down. See you later.